Hey everybody, welcome to Mission Accomplished. I'm Matt.
I'm Mike.
And today we're going to talk about Picard, Episode 6.
Yes, we are. And it's just more of
Yeah.
I
love this show. It's so well put together. And just
Well, this episode was a little bit more interesting than the last couple, just because of some Borgy things that happened.
Yeah, finally we get the conflict with Picard going to the cube.
Yeah.
But that's even late in the episode. And it's like... there's some like shenanigans that go on that get them there, and it's like
Rafi has to like burn one of her bridges with one of her friends or something to get them there. It's just
and they make a point of showing her getting high on whatever, like right before she makes the call.
Yeah,
and like
and she's drunk too. Don't forget she's drunk.
She even says that. She says like, I want to drink myself to death.
Yeah.
Like,
and then she tells Rios why later. Girardi and Rios are hooking up or something, which okay. Hey, my whatchamacallit just died, so I'm gonna hook up with you now.
Yeah, my mentor lover.
Yeah, my mentor lover. Well, I guess they weren't really together. They were just they just had a relationship or something.
Yeah. Some type of affair,
Yeah. It's all right. I like the show when they got to the Borg cube. Also, everything leading up to Picard meeting Soji on Soji's side, this episode specifically.
Yeah. It's an eye roll.
It's just the whole. Yeah, you said eye roll.
Yeah,
the whole thing's an eye roll. It's just the whole.
There's no chemistry between Narek and Soji. She seems to almost have like Stockholm syndrome for him, where like they
say it's only been 2 weeks at one point, so it's like they've been banging nonstop for 2 weeks.
Yeah, like it was just. I mean, the relationship just went to like level 10 right away. Like
because the sisters like it smells carnal. Like every time they're together. Every time they get together, it's like, oh, you just got done fucking again?
Yeah.
It's like, that's what they imply every time.
And the sister stuff, with Narek and his sister, it's just always so
space incest.
I mean, like, it was awkward in Game of Thrones. Didn't they learn from Game of Thrones how awkward this stuff is?
I know, it's very weird, it's very odd. The other thing that I was wondering is, like, the whole 37 months. Yeah. And I was like, where does this plot convenient, fit? Right. I can tell you how old it is. It can carbon date it for you, is really what they were trying to say here, right? They can carbon date it.
Something
and I'm just isn't that her? I was like, isn't it also her cell phone?
Right.
Because I thought that's what it was. So it confused me for a bit.
No, that scene was confusing because it didn't seem like this was a rare piece of tech it seemed like an app on your space phone.
Yeah.
But
I think it was a different device. I'm just being.
I know.
Nitpicky when I say it looks all the same. The Rubik's Cube.
Oh, God.
That's fun.
I looked at that thing and I'm like, is that a Rubik's Cube? Like, not the prop. The prop actually, the basis of a prop, the cube, it's like a puzzle, is a Rubik's Cube. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
They cut up pieces and
it doesn't really make any sense either because of the way that it opens up at the end.
Right.
It's like, well, but it's space magic.
Yeah.
Space magic.
It was definitely some space magic on that cube.
A lot of space magic and space incest in this show.
Man.
Not really,
and it's supposed to be Star Trek, so and he's carrying this thing around with him the whole time, playing with it. And basically he uses it to try to subdue Soji at the end. And some red mist comes out and she's choking, but then it activates her and she becomes a Superman, Superwoman.
She just bashes herself. Whenever they have to be put into life or death situations to be activated, it pretty much seems.
Right, and so she smashes through the floor
after doing some weird meditation.
Oh my God!
Where she remembers her father working on her sister.
Yeah, she goes back into the dreams through some Romulan mumbo jumbo. There's a guard outside that makes some type of round ear
racism, space racism.
Yeah, round ears.
I like the same thing in fantasy though, because elves will. Speaking of elves. Space elves leaning heavy on that trope with what's his name, Elnor.
Elnor. I
whatever.
keep on want to call him Elrond
I know.
because it's just like, oh man,
It's funny though.
he looks like remember the Ninja Turtles character the rabbit.
Oh yeah.
What was it?
I don't remember his name, but yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
That. I remember that. Rabbit.
Yeah, the samurai rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of reminds me of that.
I think he got his own comic
He
after
did.
that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he took off. That was a one
Yosagi
camera.
Yojimbo. He actually had a show.
All right,
Usagi Yojimbo.
there you go.
Yeah.
I'm glad I reminded you of
Yeah.
the comic because that made you think of the name.
He had a cartoon too, I think, on his own
Oh,
for a little bit. Maybe a
yeah,
season or something like that.
Pretty solid.
Maybe one episode got out there. It was like, yeah,
Well,
this
it's
is
on
interesting.
YouTube, but everything's on YouTube. We'll see. Yeah, so at one point, God, he just shows up out of nowhere. Like because here's the thing, right? So they gave Picard specific coordinates
That he has
to
beam
teleport,
in.
yes, which means that Elnor has to do the same thing.
Right. Like, right then and there. Not like,
Ish.
yeah.
So
I mean, maybe
somehow Elnor
got
was able to get transported to exactly where Picard was. And within the 45 to 50 seconds
yeah.
that he
disappeared into something.
he needed to be there, he then ended up, whatchamacallit, he then ended up just getting there and defeating the guards.
Right.
And it's like, no, this is a stretch.
It's a big stretch. Well, first of all, they dropped the name of the team that he's associated with, like the Quat Malot or some Quat Malot.
cares?
Oh my god!
Who
They're
cares? Space names.
Like they drop these names throughout the show, and they keep on doing this, where they say these names like you're supposed to know them. And maybe there's fans out there,
We don't
deep
care.
Star
We don't
Star
care at
Trek
all.
fans, but they mean nothing. And the thing is here is like, just Picard should have just taken him with him. Like he's like, let me go with him. Picard's like, no, you
Nope.
can't.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like,
And it's funny because they let him beam in, and then Hugh meets Picard. So it's not even
Right.
like they're escorted by Romulans or something. So Elnor could have been there the whole time.
right.
Oh.
And just like the whole design of Elnor, it just screams like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
elf.
space elf. It's
You
space
know,
elf.
and it's
The
just-
long hair,
the long dark hair tied into some type of like
samurai, a top
Yeah,
knot. Yeah.
right,
It
or
just,
Warrior's Q or whatever. Not quite a Warrior's Q.
oh, man, the
It's
only
not
reason
great.
that we're watching this is for posterity at this point because we don't want to drop it halfway through and then leave everybody hanging for when they come back and they're like, what was their Star Trek Picard review? And it's like, it stops at episode 3. I wonder why.
I still want to see Patrick Stewart on TV. Like,
Yeah.
like I want my weekly hour with Space Dad. Like
yeah, right.
this is my visitation. This is
I-
my visitation hour.
Yeah, and
You know?
next episode we're gonna meet Riker. It seems,
Yeah.
and Elnor is still alive, so that's
He's-
fine. They dropped that.
He's
in
like
the
king of
preview.
a planet where everybody
Yeah.
gets on the chairs weird.
But I love how they're just like no stakes. By the way, no stakes,
Oh,
no stakes at all because Elnor's still alive. We showed you him for a split second in the preview.
yeah.
So
Oh my god. Like yeah. And that's the thing, like at the end, like Hugh and Elnor step out of this super secret room. They step a foot outside of it. And as they're walking out, how long is it going to take for the cube to, like, for this to get hidden again?
yeah,
And they're like, I'm going to need, he just says, I need some time. He's like, you will have it, or something. And then he does the warrior
you'll
stance.
have less than. He's like, I won't need a minute or something.
Yeah.
I won't need a few minutes or whatever.
Yeah,
Some overconfidence,
Ugh.
Mary Sue statement.
yeah.
They should have all just gone through the transporter. Who cares?
Yeah. Like,
Strap
yeah.
strap a Borg bomb to it for 30 seconds and fucking beam through. So,
Right.
30 seconds later, boom. I don't know. Whatever. That could have been done a little bit better.
It-
Also,
But they could have just.
Soji and meeting Picard. Oh, man. A little anticlimactic.
It was.
But also perfectly timed. Like,
It was too perfect.
yeah.
You're
it's
like,
too
he makes
perfect.
it to this room and she falls through the ceiling.
This is the thing. Battlestar
Immediately-
Galactica leaned heavy on. Sorry, I hit his name. Battlestar Galactica leaned real heavy on the spiritualism aspect of the show.
Right.
And from the very beginning, it was all about religion or faith or,
The Book
you
of
know, I
Mormon.
mean, yeah, still short, I guess.
It's, I mean, names in that show are pulled right out of the Book of Mormon.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
And then this is Star Trek. It's supposed to be highbrow,
Sciencey. Yeah.
but then doesn't Q just break that immediately?
She was supposed to be the, like,
Because it's
like, I'm so powerful, that's what, like, to me, you know, to you it looks like magic, but
it's actually.
I understand it. Like, you know.
No, okay.
But it is.
I didn't know if they explained it in a no, it's just science you don't understand way, or if it was so it looks like magic, or if it was no, this is space magic.
I just
Star
like
Trek.
he's just this being that's so outside of our understanding that
Okay.
it seems like magic. I guess.
Okay.
You know.
So yeah, within the realm of science is where Star Trek has pretty much always been holding itself to, and it doesn't do that here. It's going off on these, like, everything is too perfect. Everything is happening. It's like there's an unseen hand at play. There's a you know what I mean? There's someone pulling the strings, and it's too. What is it? What's the word I'm looking for here? What's the phrase? Help me out here, man. I can't think.
I mean, it's all like heavily foreshadowed, and you know, I mean, it seems like you're getting the answers before the question is even asked.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, as far as the spiritual stuff is, it just seems like a hodgepodge of like this mysticism and magic. You know, because it is like the whole like walk this little space, like walk this little Romulan Zen diagram, and you'll have all your memories will come back to you.
Yeah, let me into your subconscious.
And then
that's what he was asking. and then they'll kill you immediately afterwards. So now you know what's up.
And then like you know, at the end he's just like starts making out with her, and she's like breaking down. And it's like, oh man, oh it's so bad.
Well, we have 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we have 4 episodes left.
Well, it's really got to pick up to like.
Well, I mean, we're over the halfway mark.
I mean, now we're at the Borg cube, so this is where the conflict should start building up. Like
here's
quickly.
Here's what I'm going to say. If you were binging this, and you didn't really have that much time to think about it, and you were just like gobbling up these episodes one after another,
right?
Would it be as bad as we're like, or is it the fact that they're making us wait a fucking week in between episodes? Because I'm sitting here thinking, like, it's episode 6, and so they're just over the halfway part of the season, and he finally met up with Soji.
Yep.
So it's not that, like, I think we made the prediction that by the end of the season, but, like, at the end of the season, that might have been me or we or you, I'm not sure who it was, but that they were going to meet up then. Well, okay, they're well ahead of that schedule.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what the hell's going to happen now because she's off the Borg cube.
You're right.
So any more information that she would have been learning there is not going to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's her and Picard doing, you know, Picard and Dodge 2.0.
Right. And so Picard mentioning, you know, when they power up this transporter that apparently can go 40,000 light years anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
The Borg Queen got the you know, the technology when we assimilated blah blah blah. I don't know.
Right.
Someone.
You don't need this. Yeah. I mean,
throw away.
Again, it might make sense to some.
It's Deus Ex Machina for the moment. And Hugh's like, I just remember because I was the Borg. Beep boop bop, beep boop bop. Like, okay, I get that. I'll take that. And because Picard's like, I remember too. It's very weird.
Yeah.
So Picard could have been helping out this whole time.
He could have.
But he's not. It's weird.
It's just weird. Like, he's having flashbacks of when he's a Borg. Earlier in the show, they show him pulling, like, you know, Google, you know, 2300 AD.
Yeah.
He
touches the wrong side of his face.
Yeah.
You pointed that out.
So this was like a little thing that's weird because you're at one point you're behind Picard and you're looking at the screen that Picard's looking at from behind the actual person, right? And so it's the picture from, you know, season 3 finale of him with the Borg piece in his face. So he's looking at it, but then the camera switches around and goes from behind the screen, right? So the orientation should change.
Yes.
But when you're looking through, Picard touches the side of his face.
This one.
That the Borg piece is reflected on the screen. So
except in real life,
it should be the other
side. It should be this side.
Yeah.
He should have reached up and covered this side when he looked at the picture.
The memory shouldn't be from the picture of it was on this side. The memory.
So just a little, and they didn't even just flip it.
Yeah.
No, I guess they couldn't flip it because the picture would have been wrong.
It's a little nitpick there. I don't know really how you resolve that.
I don't know.
The whole
other than not sucking.
The whole superimposing the Borg piece back on his face could have just been done in a mirror or something, or a flashback, a dream sequence. It just seemed overwrought to do it that way, And then looking at that, and when I was looking at it, just thinking of those things of how you would perceive that in the actual spot. Is you're going to have the physical memory is going to guide you to touch the side of your face that piece was actually on, not the side of the face that you're looking at on the screen. Are we done with this show yet? Is it over
we have
yet?
4 more episodes.
Oh my God! Please.
Although, you know what? This episode is worth watching for the Borg stuff.
Yeah.
When Picard gets there, Picard on the Borg place was worth it. We got a lot of practical effects. We got a lot of
the PTSD element of
the whole what he's feeling. What he's going
he almost falls over at one point from a flash of it. It's very, that is probably the best part of it. But again, all the low parts really bring it down. The stuff with Rios and Girardi was just so
out of nowhere,
forced.
kind of.
It's
kind of out of nowhere. I don't know. It's just whatever. It's weird.
And
it's weird. And at one point, we just started to turn and do something else.
Yeah,
we were looking at our phones.
Well, it's very dialogue heavy too,
and it doesn't. And we don't care about anything. There's no characters here that we care about besides Picard.
None of these relationships have been built well enough to really feel them. Elnor comes to Picard's help for no reason besides the fact that he said he was going to do it. Yeah. And then he basically sacrifices himself for this guy that he's known for about 2 weeks, a week.
Yeah, but he idolized him when he was little.
3 days.
He's just godlike me. I don't know, man. It's thin. This whole thing is thin, man. It's
very thin. It's if you scraped it, it would crack. And it's just, man,
I don't think it failed though. So I'm gonna start wrapping this up because we're just gonna rant again for another 20 minutes.
I wanted to beat the pinata a little bit more, but
I think we got it. Man. I'm just saying, there's only so much that we can say to everybody out there and all you guys out there. At a certain point, we're just beating a dead horse. Yeah. Don't watch this show, and we're telling you specifically on why you shouldn't. Or if you want to watch the show, what you should fast forward to.
I almost feel
fast forward to Picard getting on the Borg, and then it's fun. And then fast forward to, and then it ends, and that's pretty much worth the, So half the episode is throwaway because it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think you could probably take a few minutes of each one of these episodes and put it together and have a hour and a half, 2 hour movie. Yeah, that would be halfway satisfying.
This could have been a Netflix movie or something, or it could have been
CBS All Access and Children.
Yeah, exactly. It could have been something like that, but instead we're gonna sit here and watch this.
Even 2, part 1 and part 2. Yeah, let's wrap it up.
So, thanks for watching. Don't watch Picard.
Did we say what we? Because you said you liked it a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I guess not thanks for watching just yet. I was going to say Mission Man. I don't think it's Mission failed because I enjoyed the Borg stuff. So I'm still trying to, and it's more Patrick Stewart. Yeah. It was Patrick Stewart and Hugh, which was nice.
Yeah. And
we looked at some First Contact stuff and little nostalgia. This is definitely the most nostalgia episode so far. And that's kind of what I think. So I'm going to say Mission, meh. Because it's right in the middle.
Yeah, I agree. It's a mission, Matt. The bright spots are generally anytime Patrick Stewart's on screen. He really does a good job in the when he's sensing these emotional outbursts from these flashbacks.
Yeah.
He does a really good job of looking out of it and does that middle distance stare where nothing's in focus. So I mean that was a bright spot. Hugh was you know,
I'm just thinking of another ridiculous screen. Screen, I said. Another ridiculous scene.
Oh, is it one of the...
No, the scene I was thinking of is when Narek and his sister are speaking to each other and neither one of them blinks for about 3.5 minutes straight.
Yeah, the intense stare.
The intense stare. And then neither one of them blink to prove a point. And then all of a sudden, Narek
I'm
blinks,
intense.
and he's heavy. It's like a heavy blink.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Get out of here.
Why does she like...
I hope that looked cool on camera.
All right.
But yeah, Mission Man. We're Mission Accomplished Media. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Mike.
I'm Matt.
And remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Tell us what you thought of Star Trek and why we're wrong if you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then we'll tell you why you're wrong.
I mean, if there's like, was it Trekkers or Trekkies? They're definitely...
It doesn't matter.
Trekkers are people that are like into it but not like crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. Hope you guys tune in again. And we'll see you soon. Peace out.
See ya.
Bye.